And welcome back to the Savage Patriots. As you can see, we're having a twosome today. There's no menage a trois going on today. But
Not
Marlon
today,
will,
anyways.
yeah, just for a little while. Marlon, the threesome will come back. Marlon will be joining us shortly. He had something to take care of. As you can see, Glenn is not in the house. Did we discuss this already about Glenn?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, he has some personal stuff going on. You know, it's a conflict of interest doing what he wants to do and the podcast. So he has stepped away. Not saying he'll never come back for a show. Just as of right now, he's stepped away from the show. So we're just going to continue on with the three of us for right now. And we're just going to make it do what it do. What we've been doing since what? 2022?
23?
It had to be 22 because I was still in Texas when we started. So since 2022, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. The three triple OGs are still here. But today we're going to talk about the possible pardoning of Derrick Chauvin. You know, Derrick Chauvin from what's his name? George Floyd, the police officer that was arrested for
doing police work.
Yeah, police work of Mr. George Floyd. And we're going to talk about former FBI director Comey.
Oh, yeah.
And his 8647 comments. Mm-hmm. It's going to be great because I'm going to roast the hell out of him.
Oh, gosh. I will,
It's going to be great. And you guys already know how we stand. I talk about it all the time on the show, how it's a two-tier justice system, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I would have said that, just flat out said that in a tweet on any social media platform, my door would have been getting kicked in. SWAT team, dogs, smoke, flashbangs, everything in their mother would have been kicking in that damn door.
Yeah.
But because he's a former, FBI politician, whatever you want to call him,
bureaucrat,
we'll take care of it. We'll get him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird to me, and we talk about it all the time on this show. The same thing these corrupt politicians do every day, behind the scenes, all the time, would be the same thing we'd get thrown under the jail for.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
No, I completely agree. I mean, this is an interesting juxtaposition between Chauvin and Comey too. The fact that Chauvin is just your average, normal, everyday Joe who's trying to work his 9 to 5. And he did even less criminality than Comey did. And he still got thrown under the bus. And then you got Comey, who was a bureaucrat who, oh my gosh, what didn't he do? Like, lied to the public, said a whole bunch of stuff. And then he made this statement on his now deleted Instagram post of 8647. Which, I guess we'll explain what that means in a second. And the fact that he's getting a hall pass.
Mm-hmm. Still walking around. He was doing interviews and everything else. You know, he was and he was trying to play dumb as the head, police officer in the country. Wouldn't you think he knows what that means? Or I would think. Us peasants know what it means. I don't know why he wouldn't know. All the intel he gets, all the code words.
And the fact that we're nothing but uneducated Trumpies, like we knew what 86 meant. But then that's also at the same time, I find it interesting that the left side of the political spectrum are sitting there gaslighting everybody else, saying, "No, 86 is not what that means. No, you can't use that. That's not what it means." It's like, are you retarded?
Yeah, they were trying to say in restaurant terminology, 86 is used. Like finished, or we have no more. So if you're in the kitchen and someone orders a filet mignon, they'll say 86. That means
strike it from the menu.
Yeah, strike it from the menu. We're done. That's what he was trying to pretty much say. Or one of the Krassenstein brothers said it just meant get rid of him, impeach. and he put the same thing. Yeah, we believe you. But he put the same thing on his ex account, the same thing. And Secret Service paid him a visit.
Yeah. Cash even got wind of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cash got wind of it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it's also interesting too, though. Now those same 4 numbers are appearing in just about every single conservative live that goes on. Yeah. People are typing 8647 on it, and it's just it's hilarious too that this is the same party that tells us to be compassionate about Biden. But when we exhibit compassion to Biden, condolences to his family for his recent, the recent revelation of his cancer diagnosis. Yeah, we're all saying, hey, condolences, prayers to the family. Meanwhile, the monkey side of the political spectrum, they're all saying he got that cancer is on the wrong person.
Yeah. And Threads is crazy. You see it all over Instagram Threads. You see it all over X. And they're like, wrong orange guy. Why couldn't it have been Trump? And, the party of, like you said, compassion and peace and love and acceptance. They are constantly wishing death on people. Constantly.
Yeah.
I don't see too many conservatives. You might have your fringe of conservatives that are just way, way out there that would wish death on others, but most of us don't do that. I mean, we don't like the guy. We don't like him. We didn't think he was a great person, great president, but you still don't wish those type of things on people.
Right. So what's this talk about Comey? Because Comey is I don't know. For me, I'm picking up on Michael's conspiratorial brainwaves, and I think the timing of his whole release rumor is a psyop.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Or who, Biden's release?
No, Chauvin's release rumor.
Yeah, it could be a psyop, and like we talked about last week, it could be that they're just trying to stir the pot. They're trying to get people upset, and they understand how big that case was. People rioted and burnt down cities, the summer of love, and all this stuff for George Floyd.
Right.
So they understand. Let's see what happens if we talk about pardoning him. Let's see what it stirs up. And I don't think it stirred up a lot. Most people were just kind of watching, and I don't think them announcing it had the effect they wanted.
But I mean, I would agree with you on that one. Just the fact, though, that they're trying to use this guy. I mean, I'll go on to say that he was a patsy. But at the same time, I don't know, just the fact that he was the one that did that to George Floyd, and it's just an odd timing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. And, we're coming up on summer again.
Yes.
And Cash said, Cash and Dan Bongino said that these criminals out here aren't going to have a good summer. And he's not just talking about immigrants. He's not just talking about, criminals in general that we know in society. He's talking about criminals, big ones. So he said they're not going to have a great summer. So if they can release the hounds by pardoning Derrick Chauvin, it takes the focus off these politicians going down, because I believe that a lot of them are going down. And I've said it many times that just wait, you're going to see around summertime. I said that 2 or 3 episodes ago. So wait till about summertime. You're going to start seeing things happening. So in order to take the focus off the corruption, let's stir the pot and let's talk about pardoning, or let's pardon Derrick Chauvin.
Right.
So
who do you think then? Since we're going down the hypotheticals, who do you think will benefit the most when it comes to Chauvin's possible pardon?
The elite.
Or like specifically who?
Everyone that was in charge of that, the DOJ, the President Biden's whole administration. I think they would benefit from it, because that'd give them time to make moves while the country's burning. That's what they wanted. If they can shift all the resources to a country burning, and then we can implement martial law, that means while they're doing all that and they're focusing on that, we could be making moves over here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would also argue a lot of the political pundits that back the Summer of Love too would probably also be one of the ones to benefit from it as well.
Oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, all of them, man,
easily.
All of them.
Easily.
So it'll be interesting. This summer is going to be very interesting. From a lot of things going to happen financially, a lot of things going to happen politically. You have with this Biden having cancer thing is kind of odd to me too. The timing of it is just very odd. So I think a lot of things are just going to be moving a lot faster these next few months going into Independence Day. And
when is that America celebration?
That starts in 2026.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And so this is why I keep saying summertime. You're going to see summertime is going to be a big push to start. You're going to see it. You're going to start seeing heads spin during the summer months, because going into fall and going into 2020 winter and going into 2026, they want this America. I forget what it's called. It's going to be that year-long celebration from state to state, and they want to have all this complete before that hits.
Right.
So big things are going to happen, and I'm here for it. But when it comes to Chauvin, if they release him, I think Trump is already steps ahead of this pardon. I think Trump, for him to even mention that, I think he knows something that is not really out there to the public. So I believe that things are going to be popping off here, and the truth is going to come out about all that, and the people involved. Okay. And the people involved are going to they're going to find out that lying to the American people, causing riots, causing chaos is not going to work out in their favor.
Right. Well, it's just interesting to me. Yeah. It's just interesting to me that the fact, when you mentioned them lying to the people, they've done it with Biden. They're doing it now. They've done it with Biden before when they said that he was cognitively, sound to do what it is. But then now at the same time, they hid his cancer, which we all know with prostate cancer, it's a slow growth cancer.
Yep. So
this has been in the works for at least 2 years.
Yep. And that's why I said it's the timing. This is something, my conspiratorial mind, I believe that Biden has been gone, and that guy that they had in front of us wasn't Biden. Because, you remember when Trump kept saying central casting. I believe the guy, Biden's been gone, and this guy, whoever it is going to just fade away with cancer, and you're never going to hear from him again. But I think the real Biden has been gone. Just look at them. They don't even look alike, the two. If you look at Biden and this guy, they don't look alike. Looks like a totally different person with a skin suit on.
The ears are different and all that.
Yeah. The ears, the eyes, the smile. The smile might be the same. You can train somebody to smile like that. Right. You can train somebody in mannerisms. A good actor can get up there, and we've seen it in movies all the time. They can get up there and act just like someone that they're playing. A historical figure. So it's possible.
Yeah.
I truly believe that Biden passed away already. I think from cancer.
Oh, okay.
You think about this. So if the real Biden passed away from some type of cancer, when this one passed away, when they go and look at records, it's easy for them to say, oh, he did pass away from cancer. So, and I think this guy was just playing a role. And then for him to go out, they're just going to say, oh, he's got stage 5. I think it's stage 5 or something. It's way up there. And it's going to come fast. It's very aggressive. So they put that word aggressive cancer in there. Yeah. So if he passes tomorrow, they could be like, oh, the president just passed from its aggressive cancer, but he's been gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, think about it.
Makes sense. But the fact that they would lie about his cognitive decline during his presidency, saying that he's fit to be a president, and then hide the fact that he's been having cancer until now, like you said, Tommy. So, what do you think then is the reason for this all of a sudden this new report?
Again, conspiracy brain.
Mm-hmm.
The new report about him coming out, that report
with the cancer, with the tumors.
With the what?
With the tumors.
I believe that they have to do it because they've been caught. Remember when Trump said, "We got it all, we got them all"? So, this has already been planned. This has been going on for years. Trump's already known all of this. These guys, and he had to let this all play out in order for all these people to expose themselves.
Right.
So this guy that was Biden has to go out. He has to. So they had to bring this out now at this moment in time because they know things are about to hit the fan here this summer, like I said earlier. So they talked to him. They were like, "Hey, you got cancer. Okay. Time for you to just exit. You never be seen again. Whoever's playing, whoever did their part, whoever played that role, I believe, is just going to disappear. You'll never know who he is. Biden's already been gone. Name's done. He disappears, and things start to change after that because a lot more people are going to start getting exposed. And don't be surprised if you start seeing more politicians suddenly come down with some type of cancer or die suddenly and all this stuff.
Well,
it's all part of the plan.
Don't we already have that with Mitch McConnell and all them?
Dang, is he still around?
Yeah, I think so. Him, Nadler's still around.
But where are they? Think about this. Where are they? Remember we asked this question a few weeks ago. I said, "Where's Jeb Bush?"
Yeah.
Where's Nadler? Where's McConnell? Like all these big. Where's George Bush? Think about it. Where are they at? Where are all these big name politicians? They're not on camera. They're not up there talking about anything. They're just poof. You don't hear from them anymore. So I believe things are happening. They're not going to make a lot of these things public yet. I believe a lot of these guys just kind of faded out. They are where they are, and we're all going to find out who they have. That's just my brain, and
makes sense.
But I don't know. I think Comey's next. I think all of this is part of the plan, and this is going to be a way for Comey to make his exit. You can't tell me that he did not know what 86 means. He tried to say, "I walked on the beach. I was in my sweater and slacks playing grandpa," something like that. It was being grandpa.
Yeah.
And I saw these shells on the beach that said 8647.
Oh my gosh. He's using
and
that
everybody's
logic.
like, "I believe it. I believe that's what you saw." And I'm like, "Are you guys freaking kidding me right now? You actually believe that?"
Yeah.
This is all planned. I truly believe it. I believe it's planned. This is Comey's way of exiting. And now they're saying they're going to arrest him. I believe the arrest was already planned. This was just a way for them to arrest him. So when it comes to the other things he did, they could bring that out later. But this was a way for them to say, "Okay, you did it. Now we're going to get you." It's all part of the plan, man.
So what would be the end game then for that the monkey set of the political spectrum in terms of Comey's retirement and Chauvin's release, other than chaos and destruction?
The end game is exposure. The end game is to expose all the corruption. It's what Trump promised when he ran in 2016. Remember, drain the swamp. He said he was going to drain the swamp. This is all part of the plan, I believe.
Right.
It's going to be chaotic moments. It's going to be a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, but it's part of the plan. Central casting. Trump always central casting. He's part of central casting. He's doing things based off the plan. All these people are going to start falling. You're going to start seeing people disappear. You're going to start seeing people get exposed. Trump just posted on Truth Social about that JFK Jr. plane crash. Why did he do that? Why did he post about JFK Jr. and his plane crash alluding to Hillary Clinton? Oh. It's all part of the plan, man. He's showing them things. So when people start disappearing, there's no red flags. He's putting it out there for a reason. Look, it's on Truth Social. Yep. That's why my post on TikTok earlier, I was like, trust the plan. I was like, trust the plan. Just trust it. Don't trip. Don't be out here screaming and yelling. We want it right now. Everything has to flow. It's a flow, man. Just stay calm. Keep doing what you're doing every day, and eventually, people are going to start disappearing. You're not even going to be thinking about them anymore. You're like, oh, what happened to this guy? Oh, what happened to this?
Just the frustrating thing is that the promises were being made, and they weren't delivered in the fashion in which it was believed to have been released, according to some people. So what do you make of that angle then?
Everything has to be time, man. It's like someone coming to you and telling you that your whole life has been a lie.
Right.
And they show you. And they tell that to the world. Everything that you've been taught, you've been told is a lie, and all these people, and here's what they did. What would that do to the world? What would that do to society? Imagine, society, the psyche, society would go crazy.
Right.
So they have to do it in a slow flow, man. Little things.
Almost like birth pains, you think?
Yeah. You have to go through the birth pains. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to show them a little bit of this, and we're going to get this. But behind the scenes, I'm still taking care of the financial system. I'm still making the deals with China. I'm still making the deals with Saudi Arabia, Qatar. Right. All this stuff. He's still doing all this stuff when it comes to the financial side of it. But all this other stuff is still happening. I mean, really think about it. Where are these politicians at? Where are they? These loud talking heads.
Right.
They're all fleeing the country, or they're all just, you're not hearing from anymore. And people still believe the media. They still believe these talking heads, these politicians, even after they lied about Joe Biden. Boldface lied to the American people, lied about everything, lied why he pulled out, the 2024 presidential race, and people still believe them.
Yeah.
And trust them. Yeah, we have to break that. Yeah, we have to break that. We have to find a way to break that and destroy that by showing them the truth. It's the only way to wake people up, man. And in order to wake up, you have to go through pain. Like, for real, you have to be in a dark place. You have to go through pain. And I don't mean physical pain. I just mean like pain, mental pain. It's got to hurt a little bit for you to understand, because your whole reality is getting cracked in half, man. It's like they live. You know what I mean? They live. The whole time we've been lied to. Remember, when it came to aliens, all these years, aliens are conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Then all of a sudden, when they come out and say, oh, well, yeah, they exist. We've known they existed.
This is true.
Yeah, we've known they existed.
Right.
So all these truths are starting to come out. So you're going to see the truth about Hillary Clinton. I believe she's already gone.
Really? You think so?
I believe so. I truly believe it, man. I believe that she's been gone.
Yeah. Wow.
I believe, again, go back to central casting, right? I believe that a lot of these people are just playing a role. So when Trump posted that thing about Hillary Clinton, and he starts talking about that the Clintons, death count and how people die and all this stuff when it comes to the Clintons, I think this is going to be their way to say she's already gone, just to say, oh, we got her, and poof, you never hear from her again. There's something else that came back about Obama on Truth Social. Trump said it all leads back to Obama. That's another thing. I believe that he has disappeared, and this is just a way for them to say, look, they already got him. They're just showing you these things to get you ready, because they'll just disappear.
So you think the Trump administration got him and took him out of the public eye or something?
I believe he had a lot to do with it. And that's, that's the side of conservatism or conspiratorial world I live in, the things I follow.
And we're talking about justice, not necessarily political opponent removal.
I believe justice.
Okay. All right.
Like everything that they've been doing, they've been keeping track of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I believe that they thought they were hiding it, but they weren't. And I believe that it's already been served. A lot of these things are just playing out. It's like a movie. Think about it. We're watching a movie right now, man.
Right.
And it's playing right in front of our face. And, the ending is coming. Mm-hmm. So when they get this FBI director, a lot of stuff's going to come out about him. The truth. When this J6 stuff, why do you think Trump gave Ashley Babbitt's family $5 million? If she did something actually wrong, why would her family get awarded $5 million? Because the truth is going to come out about that.
Right.
He's prepping us for all these things. All these truths are going to come out. Slow. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting summer.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm also not, because birth pains are never really all that comfortable.
Yeah.
And especially when some of us are struggle busting more than others. It's like you want to reap the benefits of what was going on, as to what was promised. So,
I mean, we have to look at everything that's happening. You have his big, beautiful bill got passed.
Right.
I think today that got passed. All right, boom. That's a win. Yeah. Now he can deport all these, 350,000 Venezuelan migrants, get them out of there. Boom. That's been passed. So things are happening. Everything that they tried to fight turns around and it's getting passed now. Think about that. They fought this deportation. It just recently they got the green light to do it.
Right.
They fought the bill with no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. They fought it a few days ago. It just got passed. So things are happening. And we, like you said, the birth pains suck. But we have to be able to get through this year. Like I said, the summer is going to suck going into summer and going into fall and winter. It's going to be rough because the cabal, whatever you want to call them, these elites, the deep state, they're fighting, man. They're going to put up a fight. They know their time is up.
Yeah.
They're going to fight tooth and nail, man, to keep this from happening, but they can't stop it. And people just got to just be aware and just have faith and just know that it's going to work out. It's going to work out for us. It's just going to suck for a little bit, but in the end, I think we're going to win.
Yeah.
It's going to be better for everybody.
It'll be an interesting summer, especially when you got, I'm still kind of curious as to the angle of how they're going to play out the Chauvin thing.
I was just reading an article before when we were backstage, and they said it's most likely not going to happen. But the angle that they would play is somebody outside of Trump releasing him, like Minnesota governor or something.
Right.
And they release him just to cause that chaos, because they would have to do something to stop it, man. So how can they do it? Hey, we could release this guy and have him burn down the whole country, implement martial law, and we can get back in control here. And we can take the eyes off what's going on with the corruption, with the deep state, and we could put the focus back on, hey, we gotta get these people from burning down buildings and hurting each other out here. Let's hold off on getting rid of us. And while we're holding off on getting rid of the deep state, they're over there making their own little moves, protecting their money, protecting their wealth, moving people out the country, doing this, doing anything they can to protect themselves. They're desperate. They are very desperate right now.
Which is an interesting thing, because they've been struggling to hold on to power for, I don't know if you can say that you were struggling to hold on to power during the Biden years. You were just kind of that was kind of a lazy effort for power. Yeah. And they tried with the Curry Queen, and that didn't work very well for their side either. So I don't know, because are they getting lazy and just banking on stirring the racial division and the culture wars to the point where people are just sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all they have left, right?
Yeah.
I mean, economics, they have nothing. They have nothing to offer but more taxes and, taking more money and giving more money away to whoever wants it. They can't run on that anymore, especially after all this finally sets in and people start seeing more money in their account and the country starts, food prices are going down, gas prices are going down, and people are actually seeing the benefits from that. They can't go back to that. So that's done. So what do they have to bank on? They have to bank on the emotions. That's what they go. We still got the emotional base. We could still fight. We could talk about racism and sexism and LBGT and all these communities, different communities, but people are getting tired of that.
Right.
I mean, look at the Black fatigue movement. I've never seen as many Black people come out and talk about, the tomfoolery of a certain sect of a community. I've never seen that. So they're losing that fight because people are tired, man. They're tired of hearing about, the woe is me, or we're going to do this for you. This is why. What are they doing now? Push for reparations, right? Now they brought that back up.
Oh, geez. Now that you mention it, it seems very interesting. Well, first and foremost, like I saw somebody say that they're going to make a T-shirt that says not Black fatigue, but N-word S fatigue, which is the greatest line ever. Because that's basically what it is. And then at the same time, I was going somewhere with this. And then the reparations thing coming up, because now people are just like sick and tired of all this, and now they're trying to and they were trying to just justify it, making it delegitimize the fatigue that people are suffering from by trying to
and they're going to lose that fight because more and more people are getting tired of hearing about racism and sexism and this group versus this group, and this group is bad and this group is good. People are tired of it, man. Trump is going to show people the money. He's going to show them the money, and when they start seeing the money, they're not going to care about that stuff. They're going to be like, hey, look, I mean, I like the guy and his policies, but guess what? I looked at my check this morning and I'm making more money, and I went to the grocery store and I'm paying, less than what I was paying 6 months ago.
Right.
So they're going to keep trying. Don't be surprised if you see another police shooting. Don't be surprised if you see something. They're desperate right now, and they're going to do anything they can. And that Derrick Chauvin, that'll probably be their last. That's their last card that they can play. Okay, release the Kraken.
Yeah,
we're gonna pardon him. And then next thing you know, they're going to see how the people react. And then if the people don't react, they might as well just cancel Christmas, hang it up, and be like, hey, we lost. But if the people react, now they can get back in the arena and say, you see, Donald Trump pardoned Derrick Chauvin. He's a racist. And Then they can get people divided.
Right.
That's always their goal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They have to feed that division. They have to feed the grift, man. That's what I say. They have to keep the grift going.
Yeah.
And it's not only them, it's the people that, that grift off that division.
And you're talking about more the social media clowns who parrot the talking points from the left-wing Discord servers and all that.
Yep. So this whole Comey thing, that's a distraction.
You think so?
I believe they're going to do something about it. In the movie, but I truly believe this is all planned, man. Again, you're telling me that the head law enforcement officer of the country didn't know what 86 meant. He didn't have no idea. That's what you're telling me. I'm supposed to believe that. No, it's planned. I believe that it's planned. Post that, you're already going to jail, man. We already know what you did with all the rest of the stuff with the Russia collusion and all this stuff you lied about. We know this already. But just we're gonna say we arrested you for this. Just your time is up too.
Yeah.
And that's a distraction. Yeah.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's just funny to me that the whole notion of him feigning ignorance on what he posted, and then he deleted it because he got caught.
Yeah.
And then I mean, just if you follow the timeline of that progression, no matter how small it was, it just seems odd that out of nowhere he would be the one to say that as the former head police officer of the country.
It's weird, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. And then didn't the Joe Biden cancer and that come out around the same time? It was like back to back almost, wasn't it? Like, or what was first?
Within 48 hours of each other.
Yeah.
At least, if not.
So,
yeah.
Was it Comey first?
Comey first.
It was Comey first. He said that, and boom, Biden has cancer, very aggressive. Take your eyes off of that. So everybody went from talking about what Comey did to talking about, old Uncle Fester.
Right.
And his cancer, stage 4. Unknown. They just found out.
I mean, well, the news of Biden's tumors, his rectal tumors was issued this morning.
Yeah.
So then here's another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Between these two being released the way that they have been, on top of the whole Chauvin distraction, what would be considered the plan then? In that, with these parts in play, what do you think?
The only thing I could think of with Chauvin is division. The main thing they want a race war bad, and they know this will be a way to get one started. They know how emotional Black people are when it comes to George Floyd. So if they put in him, they know, okay, these people are going to go out here and burn down neighborhoods, and we can take our eye off what's going on behind the scenes politically.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Comey, I believe that he's already done, man. I think this was just a way. It's distracting from what all the other stuff he did. The crimes that he's already committed. This is distraction just to remove him out the picture. You're going to see him just poof. You won't hear. You probably won't even see a trial. You probably won't see anything. It'll just be here today, gone tomorrow. You won't hear from him anymore.
Okay.
And then when it comes to Biden's butt cancer,
which is what it is.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
That's what it is, though.
Yeah, it is. But I believe, again, that he's already gone. And I believe this is just a way to get him out. They just don't want to make a big spectacle. They can't come out and say, well, look, pull the mask off like in The Simpsons. This isn't Joe Biden. They can't do it that way.
Yeah.
And they have to remove him. And then with the 8647, just like good monkeys do, they're all posting it all over X. They're all saying all this stuff. All these influencers who are getting visited by the Secret Service. That's just a way to get them all tagged and put into a system.
Right. Yeah.
So everything's planned out.
So, but planned in what sense? I mean, because then we have to look at the fact that there's two plans in place.
Mm-hmm.
You have the monkey side of the political spectrum having a plan, but then you also have Trump, who also has a plan too. So which plan? So in terms of the left wing monkeys, you have their plan, which is to create division and sow power for themselves. But then, what do you think would be the reason for Trump and his side of the deal? What's their plan like in terms of these factors being involved?
I think Trump's plan. I think his plan is to get the people to expose who's pushing the division, whether it's mainstream media, whether it's social media influencers. I say that lightly. It's to get them to expose themselves. So now they're who's watching now. The FBI, the Secret Service, they're all watching these people.
Right.
And they think they're safe with free speech, wishing death on a sitting president. They're not. They will all get a visit, and they will all be considered what? What is the FBI? What type of list do they put you on?
No fly.
A watch list. So now they're all on a watch list. That's what they don't understand. You can't say things like that. You can't threaten a sitting president and not be put on some type of watch list. You may not go to jail. You may not go to jail for it, but you are on a watch list now for the rest of your life. So, Trump's plan is let these little people expose themselves for who they really are while we work on the big fish, and we'll take all the big fish. All this, we'll just say this happened. It's 86-47. Yes, it's part of the plan, but that plan was to get these people expose themselves, whether it be media, other politicians who are promoting it. It's just more than just social media influencers.
Yes,
there was politicians saying it. There was big people saying the same thing. Now they're all exposed. Now we'll go get all them. Now we know all the people that want to take out the president because they're dumb enough to put something like that on their social media. Got it.
Right.
Yeah. It's just exposure, man. And then Comey, you'll see. Comey, he did his interview, I think yesterday or today. After that, you won't hear from him anymore.
So did he get picked up by the Secret Service and the FBI or not yet?
They were saying it, but I saw him in an interview the other day, and he was trying to, I didn't know, I just walked upon, I was a grandpa in a sweater and some slacks, and was walking on the beach, and I saw these shells that said 86-47, and I took a picture of it and decided to post it on social media.
Does he think the public is really that dumb?
I think they do. I guess,
yeah.
I think they do. I think they think that the public is dumb, and these monkeys on X are like, no, it doesn't mean that. You think we're stupid?
But then again, Trump does love the uneducated, though. So
yeah. Now, if I said 86, if I did say, that's what they say. But if I did say 86 in a restaurant setting, that's different. Then you're using it in a setting to where it's known to be used at. But if you're saying it about a political figure, we know exactly
what you mean. Yeah, exactly. The context makes sense, or the context matters. If you're saying it in a restaurant term, yes, it's the whole notion of taking it off the menu. But then you translate that outside of it, it still means take it out.
Yeah,
it just means. I mean, the fact that he was so specific about it, and yet he denies it at the same time. It's like, are you dumb?
Krasenstein was like, I just meant to remove him from office, impeach him. No, that's not what you meant.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. We know what you meant.
The fact that they're the ones that I don't know if the Krasensteins outright said it, comparatively speaking, to other people who said they should not have missed, back in the Butler days. I don't know. I can't confirm nor deny that it was Krasenstein co-signed off of that rhetoric, but his team did.
Yeah. I mean, Krasenstein put out a video on X talking about the Secret Service just came to his house. He had videos of the Secret Service pulling up.
I saw that.
So, yeah, I mean, they did pay him a visit. And well-deserved. I hope he gets everything he wishes on other people. You can't... You could say what you want on social media. I get it. We have freedom of speech. But, for every action, there's a reaction. And there's consequences to the things you say. And these guys have just gotten so comfortable with just saying anything. And they weren't held accountable under Biden.
That part.
They weren't. They just got away with it, whatever. You can't even wish death upon a former president. You can't. And they were just getting away with it. They were praising that, Trump got, shot at. They were praising that, wishing death. And that was acceptable, man. But them days are over. So go ahead and say it. You left us out here. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
Because the Secret Service and the FBI will pay you a visit. And I hope they put you on a government watch list, which at the end is going to ruin your whole life. Because anytime you go and apply for a job, what are they going to look up? Oh, you're on a watch list. Oh, no. We can't have you tied to this company. We can't have you working here. We can't have you representing us.
Right.
You're on a watch list, so it's played out smart. Let them do it to themselves.
Yeah.
Let them all do it to themselves. The smart ones, shut up. The smart ones are like, I ain't saying nothing. You can think it all day. That's your right. Think it. There's nothing against that. But the minute you voice it, how do we know you're not going to do it? How do we know that?
I think the smart people are sitting there the ones making commentary about the people who are, blabbing.
Yeah. So, and it's okay to, to have commentary about it and have dialogue and, debate about it and whatever, have a conversation about it. but actually wishing it, to me, it's disgusting. I would never wish death on my worst enemy. I don't do that, you know? Mm-hmm. But here they are, just bold. Again, they got so used to doing it under Biden, they got comfortable on X, and they just got comfortable with it because Elon's like, say what you got to say, but it's all part of the plan. Again, he let them get comfortable saying the things they wanted to say without anything, not deleting their comments, not deleting their pages. Let them get comfortable. So they thought they were comfortable. They never thought that the Secret Service was going to come pay them a visit.
Yeah, it's just an interesting juxtaposition where we are socially, because we're sitting here, you know, not wishing the death of anybody, but
no,
that's how it is. So.
Again, they just expose themselves as being the evil people of the country. They're not the people they say they are. And we've said it before on this show. Everything that they accuse us of, they're doing.
That part.
They accuse us of being racist. I don't meet any, or haven't interacted with any racist conservatives. I haven't. They accuse us of being, you know, fascists. They know they're the true fascists.
Right.
You know, so everything that they point the finger at us saying we're not. Mm-hmm. We just want to be left alone. Most conservatives or most people that lean right, whatever you are, libertarian, just leave us alone, man.
Right.
We just want to be over here living our life. We don't care about your social issues. We don't care about none of that. Leave my money alone and leave my family alone, and we're good.
That part. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. That's what that is, actually.
Yep.
And you can't force us. I mean, part of that leave us alone or get off my lawn idea is you can't force us to acquiesce to your idea of what you want people to line up with.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they're telling everybody that they need to be compassionate and they need to display empathy. It's like, well, you can't make me do that.
Yeah.
And you're trying to. And that's the hilarious part about that.
It just the society needs to get back to just either having a constructive conversation or just leaving each other alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is why me personally, I don't debate leftists. I don't get into it with them. I don't comment on anything they say because I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. There is no reason why we should be interacting with each other because we're not going to change each other's mind. You're grounded in your beliefs. I'm grounded in my beliefs. I'm willing to listen if you're willing to listen. But if you're not willing to even listen and you're just going to throw a bunch of ad homs out there and call me this, that, and the other, all those names you called me, I accept them all.
You're racist. Them all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're sexist. Okay. You're a misogynist. Okay. And that's what we have to start doing. Stop trying to defend yourself against these attacks. Just accept it.
Right.
I am whatever you say I am. Remember, whatever you say I am.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, just I think the days of free reign, say what you want to say, TikTok type rhetoric is coming to an end, to the point where now people will be holding others accountable for their actions. Like, people talk about people leaving comments of 8647 in TikTok lives and comments sections. We now have screenshots, and that gets sent to the FBI. So we now can do that. So it's an interesting deal that these people who advocate for free speech are using their free speech, but they're not able to escape the consequences.
Nope.
So
they're not. And they have to be very careful. I mean, you know, wishing death on people, wishing, you know, that someone gets harmed, the days of doxing, the days of, you know, just doing disgusting stuff to people and their families. Those days are over, man. Those days are coming to an end, and people will have to get back to acting normal again. I call it the TikTok effect, right? People just got their egos got so big because they got 5,000 followers and they just thought they were untouchable. Oh, I can say what I want. My followers are going to back me up. Those days are over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just say what you want and people in the comments validating you. You're going to say the wrong thing, and you're going to say it to the wrong person, and that's going to get sent to the FBI, and everybody that co-signed on it is going to go down with you.
Mm-hmm. If I'm honest, I hope it does.
Me too. So I mean, I'm all down with an internet blackout for about 6 months.
Really?
Just to get, I mean, social media, just to get people's minds right, man. People need to get back to the basics, basic humanity, treat people with dignity and respect. And if you don't rock somebody in the way they live or the way they move, leave them alone. Right. You ain't got to interact with them. You ain't got to say nothing to them. Just let them be. You go be. Yeah. But social media has caused these TikTok cojones, right? Everybody just says what they want to say behind the screen and threatening and calling CPS and doing all this sick, disgusting stuff to people with no consequences. Mm-hmm. This is why I think they just need to purge it, shut it down for a few months, fix it, get people back to interacting correctly.
Yeah.
Get rid of that ego and then slowly bring it back,
Which go back to the
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, which is where I think Comey tried to be like that, the unaccountable TikToker, Instagrammer, mm-hmm. And he failed miserably because of it. He tried and he failed.
Yeah,
which I thought was funny.
Yeah, I mean, social media has gotten to the point where people will say anything. And Comey, why, with the way social media is now, and as many eyes as that reached that one post, why would you post something like that? Mm-hmm. Same with this whole Derrick Chauvin. They're talking about pardoning him. Mm-hmm. It blasted all over social media. You know what that can cause. They know what it can cause. Something like that shouldn't be published. If you're going to pardon somebody with a name like that and the destruction it's caused a few years back, that should be done in secret. That should be done. No one knows about it. If you're going to do it, you don't need to tell the whole country about it. Just do it and let the guy go on about his business.
Right.
But Comey was trying to make a statement. Well, if the former FBI director can say it, I can say it. He was top of the top, mm-hmm. law enforcement officer in the country. So if it's okay for him to say it, it's okay for me to say it. And all the little monkeys started posting the same thing.
Yeah. Right.
It's not how it works, man.
I agree.
So
what's on the docket for Wednesday?
Shoot, I don't even know, man. It's the only thing happening right now is the Diddy case. What else is trending? That's like the biggest thing is the Diddy case.
Thing.
Yeah. With the Prince tape coming out.
Okay.
Prince talking about Diddy, Cassie, and
I saw reports of that.
Yeah, getting peed in the mouth by most pissing in their mouth and stuff. All the big names. I think Oprah's name came out. Tyler Perry's name came out. Stuff we knew already.
Yeah.
And they're saying Diddy was the one actually running everything. Because he had so much dirt on the rest of them that he was calling the shots behind the scenes.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So that keep your eye on that. That's going to be interesting. Keep your eye on Comey, whatever the hell his name is. Mm-hmm. Because Cash Patel said within this week, big things are going to be happening. Hexeth said the same thing. Something's going on this week. So I would just keep your eyes. It's going to be a lot of fast moving parts. Like I said, moving into summer, and you're going to see heads spinning, truths being dropped, and people disappearing. I honestly think that. I really, really believe it.
Yeah.
They're talking about military tribunals. There's all types of stuff going on, man. There was another tape or video that was posted on Truth. And there was a movie. It was about the German war. It was about the military tribunals. Mm-hmm. And they were sitting in a court. It was an old movie. And this guy was reading off the charges. And he's like, death by hanging, 20 years in prison. And I think who posted? I think was it Trump? But there's a lot of things going on that they're not talking about right now.
Right.
Because if they did, people would go crazy. So just pay attention and just put your mouthpiece in and take the punches as they come. And that's what I say.
Mm-hmm. For those of you still in the chat here, as we round out today's show, we do have a merch store that I don't know if we've talked about enough, but we do carry merch. We got T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts. We do the mugs. We do bottoms, like sweatpants and stuff.
Oh, when you said bottom, I was thinking I ain't no bottom. No.
Oh,
okay.
No Diddy.
I don't know. I don't think we do.
Okay, but we do have
tank top, sweaters. Yeah. Go ahead.
And also, I do want to plug our good friend who is in the chat right here, AJ's Rant Room. Go check him out. He's got a lot of great merch as well. So you can circulate between us. Be generous with AJ. Be generous with us. Check him out. Very, very good content. And go subscribe to him. But not until you subscribe to us first.
Yeah. So, as AJ would say, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored. Yeah, great stuff. He has great merch over there. We do have a shirt that came out a few weeks ago. It's called Ban. And I think it's kind of like AJ's, but ours is Blacks Against.
That's right.
Yeah, we do have that. So that's in our merch store. So if you want to wear that and piss some people off, it's called BAN, Ban, Blacks Against. You know the word I'm looking.
I hear you.
Yeah, insert word at the end. Yeah. So check out our merch. Marlon couldn't make it because he's taking care of something with the family, so he messaged us and said he wasn't going to make it, but he'll definitely be on Wednesday. Keep your eye out because we're probably going to have some crazy discussion like always. Because Marlon's been out, so he's going to come in hard come Wednesday.
He needs to release some steam.
Yeah, he's going to come in hard. So he's probably watching right now, thinking of something, that we're going to talk about. So I'm pretty sure he's going to come up with something. Cool. But with that said, Jay, thank you guys for watching. Always appreciate you guys. We've been doing this for the last 3 years almost. And so we have some loyal people in here. We really appreciate you guys. Just get over there, check out some of our merch, and keep it up. We love you guys.
Yep. Absolutely.
Go ahead. And Jay, you can take us out, man.
Yeah. All right. So like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all Wednesday. Peace.